Hello everyone, welcome to Candidate Spotlight. Today we have Sourajjal Mondal with us contesting for General Secretary Technical Board. Let us begin with the questions. Question number 1. Interdisciplinary projects of the scale you mentioned, such as space program, typically require multiple tenures to be completed. However, in the Tech Board, this has often been a major issue. Projects that span across several tenures tend to lose vision, motivation, and knowledge continuity, which eventually leads to their closure before completion. How do you plan to address this challenge? Moreover, before proposing this agenda, have you conducted any research on how many students would genuinely be interested in such niche and complex initiative?
I completely get your point. Yeah, that's true that people lose motivation during such long tenure projects. But the main problem behind this is that there is no proper technical documentation for the projects that are being done in Tech Board right now. My fifth agenda also deals with building a centralized documentation repository for all the projects under Technical Board, mainly the club flagship projects. So keeping in mind, I'm also initiating the student space program. I'll definitely push that the progress of different projects that will be taken up under this initiative will be documented effectively so that knowledge transfer happens effectively across tenures and the projects finally reach their proper stage.
Okay. Next question. In your last agenda, you mentioned plans to formalize an outreach team to help clubs with outreach initiatives. However, a tier 2 outreach structure already exists within the Technical Board Council that already assists clubs in connecting with professors and industry experts. Given this existing system, could you clarify how the proposed outreach team would differ from the current structure?
So, as for the research I have done, this is not true. The current outreach of Technical Board is mainly managed by the council members and the outreach head of Technical Board. I have talked to several clubs and many clubs have problems regarding outreach. Most of the clubs don't even have an outreach head in their club structure. And what I plan to build is a proper outreach team under the Technical Board where the outreach head of Tech Board can coordinate closely with all the outreach heads of all the clubs and effectively help them in outreach because Technical Board in itself is a body bigger than all the technical clubs. So when it does outreach on the behalf of clubs, the conversion rate for companies and sponsors, it improves drastically. This is what I have seen and people have told me this problem and hence I have built this agenda.
Okay. Your SSP proposal aims to create large-scale interdisciplinary projects by bringing together students from multiple technical clubs that traditionally operate in highly decentralized and domain-specific structures. In practical terms, how do you intend to design a governance and coordination framework that ensures effective collaboration without disrupting the autonomy, identity, and operational priorities of existing clubs?
I completely get you. So for the student space program, there will be certain initiatives that will be undertaken under this program. For example, one project was undertaken. We will have an open recruitment for this project. The domains that are covered in this project we look forward to meeting the club secretaries and the domain knowledge experts from all the technical clubs who will be forming an interview panel and they will be recruiting people from this open selection procedure. And under this scheme, a proper team will be formed under each of the projects that will be undertaken for the student space program initiative. And effectively, the work will be conducted. This body, which is directly under the Technical Board, will be overlooked directly by the Technical Board members, the council members, my OC, myself, and progress will be taken. We will follow proper documentation in order to track the progress.
Okay. You argue that IIT Guwahati's inter-IIT preparation currently remains reactive rather than strategic, partly due to late identification of talent. While your hackathon aims to address this gap, how will you ensure meaningful participation from freshmen and sophomores who may lack advanced technical exposure while still maintaining the technical depth required for the inter-IIT level problem solving?
Got it. So my second agenda, which deals with the Open IT Summer Hackathon, this I agree would not be possible before this time. It is possible now because there is already an existing three-tier architecture among most of the technical clubs, an architecture where freshers have already been recruitment under the second year rights, and they are already actively learning all the domains involved in the clubs. So this is the best time to implement such an agenda where we are pushing an hackathon during the summer vacations where people will truly upskill and take part. I would also ensure participation in the hackathon through incentivization, prizes and goodies. Apart from that, this is essential for the talent scouting. As I said, the preparation is reactive rather than strategic. So keeping in mind that we are having an Open IT Summer Hackathon, the problem statement, winners and participations which are meaningful, they will be documented, and we will have a certain kind of interaction with them before the inter-IT orientation, where we'll brief them, we'll acknowledge that they have done good, and we will show them that there is a gateway existing for them for inter-IT tech meet.
Next question. Your agenda highlights that many competition and project teams are constrained by limited access to high program performance computing resources, and you propose streamlining HPC access along with initiating a mid-scale computational cluster within SAC. Considering that such infrastructure requires administrative approval, financial resources, and long-term maintenance, how feasibly is this initiative within the scope of student governments, and what concrete steps will you take to move it beyond a conceptual proposal?
So as for the mid-scale computation cluster that I want to set up, it's true that it is a very long and arduous process which requires in-depth administrative procedures, but someone has to initiate it. There are several such instances in IIT Bombay and IIT Madras where student boards already have such facilities, and someone has to initiate it. What I propose for this tenure is I'll form a proper framework and start the setup of such a cluster. There are several government grants existing right now. Even the supercomputer for IIT Guwahati, Parameshan, has come under the National Supercomputing Mission grant. So there are similar grants under DST and SERV which can serve our purpose. Apart from that, I have also explored the option of alumni funding. I have talked to an alumni who is also an ex-IRS government employee, and he has showed me several ways to extract funding for such initiatives from government agencies. So as per my knowledge, the funding part as well as the execution part of this agenda is completely overlooked.
Okay. Now we will move to rapid fire questions. Question 1. How many annexures are required to approval of Gymkhana PORs, and what are those?
Can you repeat your question?
Yeah. How many annexures are required for approval of Gymkhana PORs, and what are those?
So I'm not really aware of this right now, but I'll definitely look into it.
Okay. Next, what is the original name of Udgam as per SAC minutes?
As per SAC minutes, the original name for Udgam is IES. The full form of this is never mentioned, but I believe the second two letters stands for Entrepreneurship Summit. I'm not sure about the I.
Okay. Next, host of Inter-IT of last 5 years, and when did we last host Inter-IT Tech Meet?
We haven't hosted Inter-IT Tech Meet before this. It is the first time we are hosting Inter-IT Tech Meet. As for the last 5 years, in 2005, the Inter-IT Tech Meet was hosted in Patna, IIT Patna. Before that in IIT Bombay. Before that in IIT Kanpur. Before that in IIT Roorkee. And before that, I'm not sure.
Next, which all bodies, entities or clubs come under technical board?
Which all?
Yeah, bodies, entities or clubs come under technical board.
So I have to name all clubs, all bodies, all entities.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start with the technical clubs. There are 15 technical clubs existing under technical board, starting with the coding club, the AI club, IITG.ai, IITG.ai, the game development and esports club. Moving on, the astronomy club, Equinox, the quizzing club, Acumen, the environment club, Prakriti, the design society, Whitespace, the entrepreneurship development cell, eCell, the consulting and analytics club, the finance and economics club, the aeromodeling club, the robotics club, the electronics club, the 4i labs, and the automobile club or racing club. Moving on to entities, we also have Udgam, which is the annual entrepreneurship summit. We have Techniche, which is our annual techno-cultural meet. Apart from that, TEDx.
Next, What is the new initiative in this year's edition of Ethos?
New initiative under this year's edition of Ethos. I'm not really aware of this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.